Hello, my name is Neil George, and you are joining me at the Money Show in Dallas, Texas. Joining me is my good friend Jon Markman. John, you've basically been focusing on a lot of interesting technologies over the years, and one of the more interesting one that's really been much engaging a lot of public opinion, both good and bad, are autonomous cars.
Yep.
Now, we could talk a lot about some of the manufacturers and so forth, all that fun stuff, but instead, I really want to talk a little bit about the transition, about what's going to happen when we start to see these cars roll out. And you have an interesting perspective on this.
Well, sure. I think, for one thing, I think that autonomous cars are going to live side by side with our own cars for some period of time. Maybe in 5 years, you'll have your car, your SUV in your garage, so you can go out to Costco, maybe play a tennis match, 15 miles away. But at the same time, you're going to be very accustomed to calling an autonomous car from a roving fleet around your city. And it's going to be pretty much like Uber, I think, and it may even be branded by Uber or Lyft. But you'll call the autonomous car and it'll show up at your door, and it'll be just like an Uber car, except there won't be a driver.
And so I think that is a great, I'm primarily in the Washington metropolitan area where the traffic is awful, and being able to come and go from a dinner with friends or even having a drink and so forth, that the autonomous car has a lot of appeal to me, so I don't have to worry about driving or dealing with an Uber driver.
Right.
So do you see that coming soon?
Yeah, I think you'll see it in the next 5 years. I don't think it's going to be tomorrow or the next year. The technology is solved, but the problems that exist right now surround the issue of insurance and regulation, how much governments are going to allow, and exactly what the autonomous fleet services are going to look like. But ultimately, I think there's going to be a lot of spin-off positives for investors. For one thing, I think we're going to see a whole new category of drinking.
Well, of course, because you're going to have an autonomous car, you're not going to worry about DWI or any of that.
I think that alcohol companies like Constellation Spirits are going to get a real boost from people being able to, let's say, mix a commuter cocktail on the way home from work.
Or perhaps a shot to their profits.
There you go.
John, thank you very much for your thoughts.
Thanks.
Jon Markman, who's joining me at the Money Show in Dallas, Texas. I'm Neil George. Thank you for watching.